Hi there. I'm his Big Bear Ron, and I want to respond to some questions that have been brought to my attention. And let me read to you the questions. Do you think it's imperative for everyone to get a college degree, or just so long as they graduate from high school and attend a vocational institution to learn a skill is good enough? If you wanted and could change anything about your profession, what would it be? About the college question, I would caution anyone about thinking of college as some sort of a silver bullet, a magic answer. While I think it's a good idea for anyone to expand his or her education attainment, earning credentials, certificates, on and on and on, and the experience of completing courses and completing an educational program can say a lot about a person. It is true, I have seen many students waste a lot of money going to a school and pretty much floating around, not really ever making up their minds. And sometimes that's understandable. My advice to students is generally, I usually tell them to spend a couple of years going to a community college, taking core classes. Usually those are the ones that most college majors require anyway. And of course, what they need to be sure of is that those courses are going to transfer to whatever school they have in mind to attend later. And I think vocational school is a healthy and good alternative. In fact, in some ways, I would think of that as a better alternative. You know, there are lots of careers out there that would not require a college degree. And, you know, some of the statistics that one might hear floating around out there are things like this. Some 60% of college graduates don't get jobs in their major field. Now, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know. Some 60% of students who start college do not graduate in 4 years. And if you would compare the size of just about any graduating class with the freshman entering class, I think you would see a huge difference. So anyway, the best answer I think I can give to that is a person should seek all the training and education they can afford and build on that. I've known people to wait a year or so after high school before going to college, and they later went and performed quite well and are doing very well today. And some go right on into college and, you know, they do very well. But once again, going to college, I'm sorry for the interruption, but I've seen some people start their college education, go a couple of years, and then stop, and then go back years later to complete some unfinished business, and they have done well. So just remember, there's no silver bullet answer that I could give you. Remember, I think we're learning that the day of the 30-year career guaranteed pension is eroding quickly. People are learning that they have to remain open to lifelong learning and a willingness to learn more and to even change careers. Right nowadays, change in careers occurs some half a dozen times within an adult lifetime on average. So give that some thought. About changing my profession, I think one of the things I'm tempted to say most often is that I would go back to tracking students. I think we ought to do that. I think we should group students together according to their abilities. I think students that are very good, say in algebra, mathematics courses, I think they should be grouped together and put together in a class. Students of lower ability, I think, should be grouped together. I really do believe that teachers can put together more effective lesson planning, and they can give the students more attention according to their strengths and weaknesses. Nowadays, in the age of mainstreaming, we get a mixture, and so a teacher is stretched very thin, and no student is getting adequate attention. Let me give you an example. I had a class in which I had, I'm not making this up, I had no less than 12 special education students. And that's in addition to my regular education students. Now, imagine that. Now, the special ed included various strengths, weaknesses, challenges, levels of special needs. And I ended up having to focus a lot of attention on them, and I could feel that the regular education students, I felt like I was neglecting them no matter how hard I tried. I mean, I only have so many minutes per class period, and even though I had assistants in there, of other teachers, still the challenge was overwhelming, and I really don't think that we're providing the best service that we can when we have scenarios like that. So just off the top of my hat, that's probably the one thing that I would change first, and that is I would group students together according to their strengths and weaknesses, and I would keep them that way, and that way it is my guess that each and every student has a better chance of getting better service from the schools where they attend. But that's my opinion. What's yours?